not very successful yet.
No, yeah, it's still fighting.
Yeah, it's just. Have you had any trades today or not?
Besides Rolo's trade,
Yeah, yeah.
no. Other than that, no. I've kind of been MIA all morning. I've been
Oh, okay.
getting the kids ready, and then I woke up a little bit late. I woke up at like
Yeah.
probably almost 7 o'clock, and then
Oh, okay. Yeah,
this is looking like it might reverse.
yeah.
The only thing I'm looking at, which is interesting, is CBD is. Oh yeah, look at this. CBD is becoming more and more divergent as it's making highs.
Uh,
So cumulative volume delta is not lining up with the trade. Yeah, I want to see what happens up here, and then I know I missed all that morning. Fuck. Yeah, that was.
yeah, there's some good moves, but yeah.
Yeah, the opening range, it just we broke out of it and then retested the top of it and then just shot up to the high again. I'm testing out. I'm just looking at I have it plotted on here, but I'm looking at Fabio's opening range model that he has on
Oh,
here,
okay.
and yeah, it's pretty interesting. The protection zone, which it marks out the protection zone, the algorithm automatically, is right at 817. That's where they reload their orders. The first target is up at 905.75.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, that's the area where it bounces from. 817.
Yeah, then the extended standard deviation is all the way up at 27,005. All right, so we're starting to see sellers hold this a little bit. Get consolidation, push up. If we get sells right below 52.25, aggressive sells, then we should see this probably come down to almost probably to the protection zone. Yep, I'm gonna wait here. I want to see how buyers react. I did get, you got one aggressive sell bubble right there at 49, I'm assuming.
Sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one there. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to aggressively sell and they got absorbed. Now we got an aggressive buy bubble here.
Yeah.
At the top. So if this candle closes below, then I'll take a little short scalp. I'll try to go 2 for 1. 2 to 1. But look at the CVD starting to become negative.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going short here.
Oh, wow. Already had an order, and I assume.
Yeah, I had a stop order. Just right below the.
Yeah.
As soon as he broke that, I'll target 2 to 1. I'll target protection zone. 817 is where I'll get out. It's basically 2 to 1. Yeah, it's about 2 to 1. That's for me. Yeah, a bunch of sell orders you got right there, I'm assuming, huh? Stack of 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at the CBD.
Right around 44. That's why I got a bunch of sell orders.
No, I just got a small buy order at the bottom. It's probably going to get eaten. If this closes, I can move my stop to protect. Yeah, I'm going to protect myself above here. I'm moved to break even at this point. We'll probably come, like I said, down to that protection zone. 817 is where I could fade a short in and then possibly look for longs if it bounces there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm going to let this ride a little bit more. I'm just going to trail it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll just keep it. We're all time highs anyway, so.
That's a nice move.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up $500 right now. And I am, no, come on. A little bit lower. I'm targeting a 2 to 1. Yeah, I waited for that buying absorption to happen. There was that one candle where buyers tried to do it and it sold off again. So that was where.
Oh.
That's where. Guarantee myself $250 again. And I am out. $600.
Let's go.
Small scalp. Yeah, we're at the protection zone. I'm gonna wait to see what happens here, and then this could really sell down to possibly even like the even further. But yeah, look at that protection zone, 217.25. Bounced right off that. That's where I exited. This is where Fabio talks. You can reload on these days where opening range breakout. You could reload here and then target the next, which is up to 900. Wow, to the T. That was a perfect exit. And now sellers are getting steamrolled. Okay, so what sellers could do is they can come back to that protection zone, and then you can see, if you start to see aggressive sells again, this could go possibly all the way down, back down to like sub 800, 700 area. And the reason why I'm saying that I don't think buyers are strong right now is because the divergence is happening on the CBD. As we keep going up, it's making lows on the CBD chart. If you look, I'll send it to you. So if we start to see aggressive sells, the protection is on 817. You start to see aggressive sellers right here at the bottom start to hit hard, and there's follow through. Then this could This could go down further. Bounce out that protection zone again. That's the support.
Is your setting at the bubbles 30, right?
Right now it is at it's at 30 right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right. So you see extra bubbles I don't have.
Yeah. They're smaller, yeah. Or the smaller orders. I think they're like 30 something.
Yeah.
As you get later on in the day, you can start to adjust. I mean, today's you could probably done 40 and just be fine.
Yeah.
You still see what's happening. But you can see that picture I sent you. You can see this, like the CVD. One thing, Fabio, this guy did a algorithmic backtest in Fabio's opening range model. And he did an institutional backtest. I don't know how they do it, but he does it a certain way. And it won about 60% of the time.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, so the ratio, he did a standard distribution of scene scenarios too on it's like a graph that they use.
Yeah.
And it was still held up and all that. And it return over year I think was around 30%. But if we start to see aggressive sells down here, this could start to. I just want to see what this looks like here. Wow, bunch of absorbing of the buyers right now. Buyers try to push up and holy moly. And then you got a huge buy order, 219 contracts. This could go up.
Yeah.
If this gets absorbed though, this is going to be probably another good short. This candle is going to be a good indicator of where his price is going to go. So you definitely have absorption on the top here. And then you have absorption on the bottom from sellers trying to sell, and they got absorbed too. Look at that protection zone again, huh? 217.25 again. Bounce right off of it. It's holding that area.
I think it is, yeah.
I think they're reloading. There. Buyers reloading. Yeah, you want to watch. Yeah, if this can't break this area between 834 and 848, then we'll start to see a sell. Yeah. Then you have the point of control from this last swing all the way down at 700. So on the nose, the POC is 700 from this little range we broke out in the morning. Oh. Looks like buyers reloaded there. So far, they're winning the battle. All right, yeah, they're having slightly some troubles. breaking above this buying aggression, so yeah, if this protection zone fails, then we'll start to see the sell-offs. Probably back down to either value high or POC. I'm short one more time. We'll see how this works out.
What was the entry point?
It wasn't the greatest, 833, so we're kind of at it.
Okay.
I saw buying absorption, then I saw sellers follow through with a candle that closed below the sell bubble, so yep, not gonna be good. Unless we close by. My target's at 801, so it's a good target. We might come back and test 800.
Yeah, that this is a case where I was thinking about Don Diddle in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's very true. Yeah, if we come back to the 817 area, then I could move my stop to break even, because you'll either see aggressive sells or buying absorption again at that area. Yeah, buyers sitting there still. I think we'll test 817 one more time. That's what I want to see. I want to see the test and hopefully the break. But you are seeing sellers kind of hold the price here, so that's a good sign so far. I just need to see the aggression on the bottom around at 817, and then I'll be a-okay. There it is. Nice.
Oh wow, yeah, it's working out.
Yeah, it was so that when you get that candle like that with a sell bubble in the middle of it and a rejection from the buyers, where a lot of times it has good probability of usually pulling down a little bit enough to where you can retest the bottom level. This may still go all the way back up because we do have buying. Right here, we have a big order from the buyers that was there, so yeah. Just let me know when it hits 817. I gotta run over there to the other room, so
okay.
I'm back. Buyers having a tough time here, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm almost going to move my stop to break even here. I want to see it test 817. We should see aggression there again. But I don't want to move my stop loss until we test that area. And all right, there it is. We're getting aggression there. More aggression. Yep. I'm going for a 2-to-1 again. Another $650. My target's 801. Slightly below this low. If not, I break even. Now we're getting buyers trying to reload here, and they're losing the battle right now again. And I'm almost out. This could really explode down.
Oh yeah, it could if it breaks. This is what, third or fourth test?
Yeah.
Third
test, yeah. It just blew past the protection zone, which is usually with aggressive sells, which is not good. But I want to see how they buyers hold up here. I'm about to exit.
yeah.
And then I can move my stop now below. Guarantee myself $250, $260. Yep, I'll move it there. Yep, $250 guaranteed no matter what. And I am out. Another $650. Like I said, this could go all the way down to 700. It would be very rare, but look at this. Wow.
Yeah.
More aggressive sells. Ugh. Yeah, just a couple little scalps there. Those base hits, they really add up. So the protection zone's gone now. So this could be bad for the buyers. This could really, like I said, come down to 700. Or at least the top 720 of top of the 15-minute range. Yeah, so I read what or I was watching that guy's thing about Fabio's basically how he marks out the deltas on the side where you get the profile chart, and the way you do it is above a value area high or a value area low, you look at where the most aggressive sells or buys are, and you mark out those areas. So for example, this morning I actually marked it out perfectly, and you could have taken a breakout trade. When I woke up, I just never caught it.
Okay.
I'll show you it. This was if you look to the left, you can see it. So this was the morning. This is what, if you look at that little profile chart on the very far left, you look at the delta and the value area high, which is the dotted line. Obviously you can see above, below it's the gray area, above the blue area. You can see the two biggest points in delta.
How do you see delta?
The delta's on the left side of the profile chart. If you look at the picture
of that profile chart. Yeah.
You can look at the above the value area high, which is the dotted line. If you see those two little areas of nodes where it was the most aggressive selling,
mm-hmm.
And if you were to mark that out and take it left or take it right all the way, you can see at it was right around 730. It's where we tested it. Buyers tried to buy and the sellers tried to sell and they got absorbed. You could have taken a long breakout on that trade because technically it was a retest of the value area high, and we broke above it, and then we broke out with an aggressive buy right around 735 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You could have scalped that for at least another 50 points. And had another good exit.
That was, yeah. They do that a lot. They think it's going to be a breakdown, then they just take a bit down and then just buy it up.
Yeah, I mean, we're technically in a consolidated range up here, which doesn't, I mean, that's where people say that's where the most actual transactions are going on. So,
yeah,
because they're fighting. And once you get to a point here again where we break down again or break up, then you're going to get a strong move because all these orders are clustered together and people are going to start covering themselves on whatever side it's going. So I just want to check something out here. Let me go here. And if you look here, actually the reason it bounced off that area too was obviously we're still bullish, but that was the value area low. From that previous swing as we broke the high. Came down, retested. Point of control sits somewhere right around 839 here, so we'll see how it reacts to that. So, yeah. Did you ever get to that where it automatically marks out the swings for the profile chart? You coded that, huh?
Profile.
You know, where you draw the profile, volume profile.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were talking about how you were having it do automatically where it marks from previous highs to previous lows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You already that works for you?
Yeah, it's working, yeah. Yeah, I think I did that a while back.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it at one point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this was two little perfect scalps shorts. Actually, I took both of them at the perfect time. That's why Iran announced that the Strait of Hormuz was fully opened after weeks of block.
That's why, yeah, that's why the market just took off like a bat out of hell.
Yeah. New all-time highs coming. Wow, aggressive buying, just eating up sellers. Wow, I'm getting a lot of bubbles. Jesus. Yeah, this is going to break the high again. Watch it go above 900. Wow, some absorption. We're getting a big sell order, but decent size sell order, 62 contracts. But there's follow through. Oh, another one. They're stacking them. I think they're going to get absorbed, but oh wow, never mind. My guess is they already priced in the opening of the blockage.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw the move happen before it actually happened.
Yeah.
Because there's really no other way of explaining why it would happen. I know there was some deals going on, but I'm pretty sure the market bet that it was going to open up in this week or something like that. And that's why we saw the rip. So we could see the consolidation, and then we could possibly see the retracements back a little bit from all-time highs. We'll see how that, if it starts to break down. But the key level is going to has to break 800 again in order for shorts to be valid. Longs, you could probably take longs off the top too again. Yeah, you could have taken a long. You saw that picture I sent you. Do you see that value area low?
Let me see. Yeah. Yeah.
It was from previous swing to swing. And you can see that. Look, that's where the price bounced off of, right below that.
Yeah.
And then this will probably go to value area high, which will be at 869. You could have faded that long. As soon as you see that absorption down below, buyers hold.
Yep.
That would have been absolutely a fabulous long. Or you could have exited the POC, which still would have been a good risk to reward. You would have picked up 40 points, which would have been not bad either. Yeah, that scared me this morning when Rolo clicked an order.
Yeah. No.
Luckily, I woke up in time because I woke up and then got everything set up, and luckily I came back and checked because I was like, how the hell did he figure out what button to press? That's the second time he's done it.
Oh, yeah.
Because he sleeps in the boys' room and what is your contract set at right now? Is it 30 or 40?
It's a 50.
It's at 50. Okay. I think what Fabio said, if there's more than usually 3 or 4 bubbles per candle, if it ends up being more, then you raise the contracts.
Oh, okay.
That's his way of gauging how many contracts to put as the setting.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh.
We're at value area high right now. That's why we're having troubles from this little swing from the top down. That is value area high. I just sent it to you, but you can see we're literally buyers try to buy that right above this value high from the swing, and so far they've gotten absorbed. Yep, you could have faded the short. Wow. Seller's pushing it, huh?
No, it's you don't get out of that range.
What was that?
It's not getting out of that range. You're just stuck in that range.
Yeah, remember I was just telling you about the delta above the value areas? How you mark out that's where the resistance usually lies, especially in a ranging market where we're kind of...
Yeah.
But that's look at that delta right there. That's the highest delta above the value area high. And look right where we came to.
Oh yeah, that's
right there. You can see on the left side. That's the two biggest points of sell delta with the value high, and we tested right on it, and then we sold off. So for the buying delta below, it's going to be right between. It is going to be between right here. Wow, huge buy orders. Holy moly.
810.
Yeah, between 810 and 814. That'll be the bottom part where it could bounce again. We're getting strong. So if we come back up and we break this 861, you could expect this to go further up. You got two big bubbles, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One's 144 contracts and one's 255 contracts.
Oh wow.
Almost 400 contracts in that just alone.
Just stacked.
They stacked them, yeah.
Yeah.
They might get destroyed if they have to. If this breaks back below 826, then and then if it really breaks 800, then they're gonna have to start covering themselves. But he also said he uses those areas with a delta. So if you have a breakout, like it breaks a high or a low, those areas are the retest area where you look for the retest to continuation trade. So like, let's say if we come down and we break 791, this previous low swing, the retest is going to be somewhere right around 810 for it to go lower. Or the same thing for the upside. If we come up and break 876, the retest is going to be somewhere between 856 and 861 for it to come back down and rebalance. Because what he says is those areas that are above value, where sellers and buyers, those are the kind of the protection areas for the buyers and sellers below value. If they break, they turn into, obviously support turns into resistance, resistance turns into support, vice versa if it breaks. So those become actually the areas where sellers look to reload or buyers look to reload. Which makes a lot of sense to me. And candles, so when you see the bubbles, if you look at the candle, for example, this would be your entry. So, the candle right at, you must have gone at 909. at the time 909, you got two solid red bubbles that were stacked on each other.
9-1. Yeah. Yeah.
You see how candle, I don't know if you're on the 1 minute chart, but if you see how the candle closed on the 1 minute chart below that, and the candle previously before that had buy bubbles that didn't get filled above, it failed.
Yeah.
That is a trigger. Fabio says that's a trigger for that. Sellers have now taken control, and you could put your stop above those aggression, which is at 862. You could put an order at 844, and then you'd basically play a short. But at this point, that not in this area, but in general in areas, that's how you mark out, knowing that, okay, I wait for price to react, and then I wait for price to close to see if who's really in control. Like the same thing at the bottom we had at 9 o'clock on the nose when we had that pull down. You had sellers in the bottom. I got you probably didn't get the sell bubbles because they're smaller orders. I think you got one buy bubble, but I got 230 contract orders that got absorbed, and then price pushed back up. You could have taken a long at 814, since I got two green bubbles, smaller ones, but smaller ones, yeah. And you could have placed your long at 813 and rode it to the top of the value. That would have been a more significant setup. But when you get the candle closing above those bubbles, after we just had an absorption where sellers failed or buyers failed, and kind of that's your entry point to know that, okay, now buyers are in control. And that was that one at 9 o'clock was a valid setup because that was off the value area low after we just made a high. So that one you could have waited for the absorption. All right, you've seen it happen, and then you had the buying bubbles, and then you take a long right there, and then this could have easily been 8-2 to 1, and it would have hit already. You would have gone along there. You would have risked below 475 if you went 2 to 1. It would have been for 800, 875. It would have hit at 950 right at the top. That would have been a great trade. And those big orders, they held the two large orders from the buyers. I'm gonna get some water. we should see some good movement the next couple weeks, I think, because either pullbacks are continuing higher.
Oh yeah.
All right, now we're seeing aggressive buying again in this area. We're going to see it closes above. Then this.
I think that, yeah.
You what?
They're probably gonna break it above it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's a very strong strong possibility. Now, if buyers get absorbed here again and we close below again, you could see sellers reloading at this point and taking it even lower.
Mm-hmm.
And that is absorption. I'm not seeing any aggressive sellers, so until you see an aggressive seller, then that will be the confirmation, but that is absorption as of right now. Back into that area. Yeah, this is we're stuck in a range, and I think it's about to break out one way or the other. Probably to the upside. More aggressive buying. It's a smaller order, but still aggressive buying. And then we see more aggressive buying up here again. More aggressive buying. Yep. Now they're going to prepare the squeeze.
Wow.
Again.
Yeah.
Yep. More aggressive orders. They're probably going to go to the above 900, that first zone I was talking about, 905. Now they're preparing the squeeze, and the CBD is now moving upwards. It's not being divergent no more, so which is another good sign that this is probably going to break out.
Yep. Setting it up.
Yep, they're going to prepare the squeeze here. You're going to see the big order start pouring again at the high. You could even place your long here right now and then protect yourself underneath 856. Watch, here's a squeeze. It's going to happen right now. Here we go. Here comes the big orders. Here we go. Come on. You have these two big orders here. They got to prepare the squeeze above there. There's one small order. This is going to trigger it right now. Yep, no squeeze yet. Haven't got to that high. The reload zone is going to be between, if they break above the high reload zone, will be somewhere between 855 and 861. Oh, excuse me. All right, now we have aggressive buyers and sellers, equal orders coming in now. Now this is where they're going to cause the sellers to start to cover themselves as soon as we approach that high. More aggressive sellers and buyers. There it is. There's a squeeze.
Yeah.
There they go. 255 contracts, 164 up here at the top. At least 400.
But it has to break above it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't break above it, it's going to fail.
Yeah, you could technically put an order above.
Yeah.
What, 879, 880, right around there. If it comes back up and breaks it, then they're gonna. I'm getting a bunch of aggressive sell orders too here.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yep, watch here. It's gonna go once it breaks above this. You're gonna get velocity, and you're gonna get a bunch of buy orders. You can technically place a trade at like 880, and then your stop loss will go below 863, which was the last aggression. 17-point stop loss. Hello, Susan. Hello, Carl.
Oh, you're online?
Yeah. I'm live. I just haven't been able to set wake up early enough to set up my live, so I just... Oh, wow. 277 contracts. Oh, my God. 251 contracts. All buy orders. Here they go. This is going to be the squeeze. Susan. What are you up to, Carl? It's going to go to 900. I'm surprised we're already almost up to 27,000. This is just ripping. Everyone's 401ks are happy. 112 contracts sell order. I'm getting it. This is getting blurry. Can't even see. I'm gonna increase my deep trades to at least 40. Nothing much. Relaxing before this monster wakes up. You're on daddy duty. You're gonna run a daddy daycare. Drop Mateus off. What are you guys doing for Alina's birthday? Yep. You should prepare this right here. 277 contracts. This thing's gonna rip. It's most likely gonna rip. We could even... I would be doubtful, but we could see 27,000. That'd be kind of crazy, but I wouldn't put it past it. What market we've been seeing. I already made good profit on that. I'm gonna just play some sim here. I'm gonna put a contract above there. Stop loss will go below there. And then our take profit will target 2 to 1. We'll do about $800 right above here. Just Chuck E. Cheese, of course, and an invite. Nice, very nice. The best, Chucky. Build those tickets, get some toys. Is it this Saturday, Carl? The Chuck E. Cheese? I don't hear anything around this house. What is she doing for her birthday? Or what is she into? I guess I would say. Demon Hunters, K-pop. Yeah, tomorrow. If we don't spot, if this fails up here, all these big orders, man, and this starts to sell off, this is gonna be a big chain reaction. She loves K-pop, yeah. I figured. Yeah, Mateus likes what do you call it, Saja Boys, whatever, the boy band group. And today I was like, he got the pink poster in his room, and today I was like, Dad, there's kind of this gay poster in my room. It was pretty funny. I was just like, it's all right. It's a little boy band. We're all good. No breakout yet. I'll get her some K-pop toys then. Hey Anna, the birthday party's tomorrow. Carl's on my YouTube chat. Their birthday party's tomorrow. Carl's on my YouTube chat right now. Yeah, she likes K-pop.
She likes K-pop.
K-pop, yeah.
Shit, I was gonna.
Yeah, let's get her K-pop. We'll get her K-pop today. We'll get her some K-pop.
I was wondering that, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to ask.
Yeah, he said she loves K-pop. I figured.
Oh my god.
So we can get her some K-pop toys. Yeah. Just send us today's profits. Just a small loan of $1,200 to my boy Carl. No, hey, Dad, is today Shrisha's birthday?
Where's that?
Is today Shrisha's birthday?
No.
No? When's her birthday?
No, she's I think 26, right?
26?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tegan is 16. I think Shris is 26.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Last week I turned 200 into 4K at the casino. It all went up in flames. I already paying for 2 sets of card tags on the birthday. Hey, at least the casino covered it. I'm assuming Harris, you guys were at? Uncle George, he said Harris will pay for it. So look what it did. It paid for it. Your car tags were probably what, Carl? Like $700 bucks, I'm assuming. $600. I went to check the rooms and hit 20 slots and then 600. Oh, Baccarat. And I got to learn how to play Baccarat. That's the one game I heard that's you could actually make money on. You could have a slight edge if you know how to play it. Damn. So Carl's having a little get together on his profits. You can all come hang out. Food provided, drinks provided. Yeah, 700 for 180. Is it the Teslas? Which one's it? How much is the Tesla cheaper, or is the truck more? I'm assuming the truck's. No, maybe not. Truck's maybe more expensive. Man, some absorption up at the top, huh, Dan?
Oh yeah, they couldn't get above it.
Nope. So far, we'll see what happens if they retest. Tesla was more expensive. The weight. Oh yeah, Teslas are more heavier, and California pays you by the weight. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how they get you. That's how they're gonna get the Teslas. Carlin was saying his Tesla tags were they were what was it? 880. $80 in California. Yeah. Because of the
$880. Wow.
Yeah, from the weight fee. Yeah, because California charges you on the weight. That's how my truck. That's how they hit me with a big fee every year. I think I pay like $300 just in the weight. $300 every year. Extra on top of whatever the fees they charge you. All right, we're spotting absorption up here. Again, we're going to see if this breaks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go on I already made money on that one. I don't need to lose that money today.
Oh, it's going to break it. Huh.
It looks like it's going to break.
Mm-hmm.
Carl, her birthday's, Alina's birthday's on the 18th or the 17th. I gotta put on my calendar because there's so many birthdays. But I know hers is, I think, is on the. I thought it was 17th. I'm horrible with birthdays. Forget everyone's. All right, we're gonna get a break here. That's okay. 17th. I thought it was one of the 18th. I even forget my own son's birthday half the time when they ask me what's his birthday. I'm like, oh shit, July. I still get confused. Okay, 18th. I'm gonna put that in my calendar. Man, we're still seeing sellers just fighting up here. Putting up a fight. I mean, these big buyers could get stuck if this doesn't break. What was for breakfast this morning? Coffee, Zins, and then I'm probably gonna have some boiled eggs. But coffee and pretty much Zins is what I've been running off. I need to eat. I haven't even eaten. I've been trying to make money here and got a nice 2 good trades and called it a day. Yeah, if this fails to break and we get aggression on 860, we should start to see selling resume again. But you remember how I told you that zone I was talking about? That I already had marked out. It was between, it was like 860 to 856. That if we were to break that, break the high, then it would come back and reload a little bit. And they did come back down and reloaded and try to push it higher, but
yeah,
no follow through. So that's not a good sign. What'd you have for breakfast, Carl? I had this what was it? It was like a sirloin steak thing at Panda when I got back from the gym, and that was really good. It was probably one of the better things I've had from Panda. It was like sirloin steak cut up with mushrooms, onions. About to make some eggs. Staple meal right there. And I usually try to have 4 eggs in the morning. I've been lazy, so I just boil 4 eggs and eat them real quick. Save me some time. Oh. Have some eggs, chorizo, some tortillas. Oh God. Every time I get it, I get food poisoning. I have not got it from there yet. I'll never go to Denny's. I get just the last 2 times I got food poisoning there a while back, and I just ever since then never doing that again. Panda, I've always had decent luck. Which Panda do you go to? Or have you got it from the same place, or have you tried 2 different Pandas? Did Corey ever get his prop firm set up or the account set up? I was meaning to ask. I just haven't heard from him. So, oh yeah, that one's rough. I've only been to that once, and yeah, it's not good. Not a good place, Carl. Don't go there no more. All right, we're starting to see sellers kind of. We should see aggressive sells here around 860 if they really following through. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was meaning to reach out to him, see how he's doing, because I know how to set up his one account now. He'd have to pay a little bit. I think it's like $100, but at least we'll get him live data, and we'll get him an account. Then he could just start trading on that. I know he'll probably blow it, but it's $100, so it's not a huge deal when he first starts, and then kind of learn from there. But I'll have to reach out to him at some point if he's still wanting to continue to learn. But of course, you won't mind, Carl. Just get a small loan from the bank, $10,000 credit card, rack it up. Yeah, that's the only way I was looking at every other way, and I can't quite figure it out until I know that's the way that'll work. But that way he can get going every day, and he could at least like start trading. And what I will have him do is he could trade micros, which is about it's like 1/10 the size of what the contracts I trade right now, and they're a lot more forgiving when you make a mistake because it's less money you're risking at the time. Buyers failing, sellers up here between 873. Now we'll start to see aggressive sell orders come in. I want to see it once it breaks 860 if we start to see aggression. Now those buyers are going to be start to force to cover themselves here. No buying aggression yet. I mean, unless let me see if I go down to 30 contracts. See what happens. Oh, too much. Still nothing. Yep, still nothing. Tadeo, yeah, he's in competitive soccer right now, and he's on flag football. He's liking both. He's actually been running pretty well. Like he's able to have more stamina, and I told him to get out there more. I'm gonna probably start taking him to the gym this summer. I need to get him start burning, building some muscle, burning some fat. We're in that zone, that reload zone again. I was talking about.
Oh, yep. Testing it.
Yep, they're reloading. I think they're preparing for a long. think Aaliyah is going to try football for fall. Oh, there you go. That'd be a good one. Should put her in like jiu-jitsu, or that's what I was thinking about putting Tadeo in. Because jiu-jitsu would be a solid little perfect body workout and learn self-defense at the same time. I had a friend that he's a black belt that I work with, and he used to have free, any age group, free classes every once a week, I think it was. But he got too busy and he stopped doing it for a little bit, but he's going to probably open back up. But I went long on my sim account because I don't want to trade my profits that I've already made. I mean, I'm already up $1,300. I don't want to give that all back. That's a good day. But I went long on my sim account, 863. I want to see how this plays out.
Did you get any bubbles in here or no?
Yeah, I did.
You just got a green one, right?
Yeah, small. They're all 30 contracts. Now I got a red one, 48 contracts.
Oh, okay.
Looks like we'll see if it gets absorbed or not. Yeah, if it closed back above 870, then we could go. I think they're aiming for 900, to be honest, but
yeah. How many contracts was it?
The sub bubble or the buy bubble?
Either one. Either one.
They were all 30 contracts besides the sell bubble at 861, which was 48 contracts.
48, okay.
Yes.
So it's a little bit bigger.
The two buy bubble contracts were 31 and 39.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The reason I lowered it is because I wasn't getting any bubbles. I wanted to see what was happening, if there was smaller orders being placed. How was the Padres game the other day? It was great, dude. The Padres wrecked the Mariners. That game I went to on Tuesday. I think we were, it was like 5-1 or 4-1. But we just were hitting really good. And our closing pitcher did well. Most of our pitching did really well. But the Mariner game on Wednesday that's what I heard, was the one to be at. You heard about that, Dad? Padres, too? On Wednesday?
No, I don't.
They were down 6-0 against the Mariners.
Oh, it's all right.
And they ended up making a comeback and winning in the bottom of the 9th inning. A walk-off.
Oh, wow.
I think they're 8 games unbeaten now, Padres.
That's good.
Yeah, I think they're a game behind the Dodgers, or 2 games behind the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And here we go. That was the reload. Now we're going to go to 900. You're going to see the aggression right above where that big order is at 885. You'll probably start to see. I should have took this on my lab account. Oh well. I don't want to risk anymore. It's better just to call it on those accounts when you're up.
Yeah, I think I gotta go down to the plant.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm probably.
I think tomorrow we're gonna need to move the
car. You're talking about the car, right? Tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna move the BMW.
Okay.
Is it really easy or hard to move?
It's pretty easy. There's a way you put it neutral. I got to figure out how to do it. I could look it up.
Yeah.
Chuck Wow Shot. Hey, y'all. How's it going? It's going good, man. Going good. It's been a good day. I'm up 1,200 on one of my accounts, 200 on another. And I'm just trading a little bit of sim because I don't want to give back profit. I'm already, when I'm up, good amount, I call it a day on my live accounts. How you doing? Green here. How much you up for the day? And how do you trade? Do you trade order flow? Do you trade just price action? What, use certain charts? Oh, yeah, I think price is gonna, we'll see if it pushes up higher. Honestly, I don't know what to call it, but I have some order flow. I have some volume profile. I have some indicators. It looks a bit of a mess, but kind of makes sense to me. How long have you been trading for? And what platform do you trade on? What are those red and green horizontal bars? Oh, so those, the way this platform reads it, if you go into this called deep trades, it's the bubbles. It's basically big orders being placed by big buyers, so large institutions or whatever you want to call it, hedge funds, big money. Um, those green bars and red bars, they signify the biggest orders that were placed in that area. So that's where the most trending, where most likely to bounce off of, I guess you would say. So if you see right here, this was all the sell orders. What happened? We came back up. We retested. We went lower. Same thing right down here, right between these areas. We retested, went back up. You can use them as places to re-enter. Going to the right. Yeah. Those are that's basically what it is. So it's a good place to where there's strong buying and selling, and it marks out those areas out of those volume bubbles, and it tells you, okay, this is the strong area where buying and selling is happening. And that was my sim. Oh wow, aggressive.
Ooh.
Holy moly. should have waited for this, but bummer. So you could have re-entered here. That would have been a better entry. But you could break out here. So watch when it gets to here. It's on my sim account, so I just was messing around with it. But yeah, when it goes up to here, you'll start to see sellers engage again. Man, that was aggressive, huh?
Yeah, very aggressive.
You had a large amount of sell orders that just came pouring in. Those big buyers are trapped at the top now. So what you do is you put your stop loss above here. See, it will bounce off here. If we start to sell off again, this is a more likely area for it to bounce. If we break this, we'll be all right. Deep charts looks cool. That's what Simi and Fabio. Yep, yeah, you're right. Simi and Fabio. I really do like Fabio's way of trading. It's very simplified and it's fairly clean. Like you don't want to have a lot of indicators, and order flow is the way to go for sure. It gives you just more data to make decisions. I used to always be a price action trader, and then I started dabbling into order flow, and then I probably will never go back to any sort of price action trading. I use price action obviously with my order flow, but it gives you definitely an edge if you know how to use the data right, and when to enter and when to exit a lot of times. So you can see right here, we bounce off this. We're selling it. If we break this, we're going to break this, and we're going to probably go, yeah, we're probably going to go a lot lower. We'll go to value area, which is, I think I had it marked out. We'll probably go to here if this really starts to break down. We got to break this area. So aggressive buyers bought. But sellers are in control. So on these long retracements, you could have re-entered here and you would have been already protected at this point. That's how you use those bars. I use them sometimes, but I usually just like to play the bubbles, breakouts, and retest and so far. So, but right here, they're aggressively buying, but there's no follow through. They're getting absorbed. So once you come down here, you'll see more aggressive orders, and you'll see even more when they come down here, kick in. Buyers are trying to hold this last level because we're technically near the value area low. We're still bullish. So.
All right. I'm just going to head down.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Dad.
Bye.
All right, bye. Take that off. Yeah, Chuck, it's a good way to give yourself more data to make a more informed decision, or at least areas where, okay, sellers jumping in. How long I've been trading for? I'm going on about 3 years. I've been streaming for maybe 2 months, two and a half, maybe 2 months. I started doing it. I'm going to be more consistent going next week. This last 2 weeks, I was sick a couple weeks ago, and then I didn't trade for the week because I was sick and I didn't do anything really. And then I've been having troubles waking up because I've been working a little bit later. So I usually like to stream the morning session because that's really where I like to trade. I don't like to trade a lot of times later in the day, but it's been very good later in the day, so I can't complain for what's happening right now with work-life schedule. Yeah, I was price action trader the first 2 years. And then I started dabbling in order flow, and then I watched Fabio and them, and then I was like, okay, this is a really interesting platform. It's very simplified. I do like Sierra charts. That's what I used to trade on. It's a little more harder to understand because it's a rugged platform, but there's a lot more customized ability you can do with that, and a way to automate strategies and so forth. Yeah, Sierra chart. I think it's probably one of the best platforms. I think you're on the right track. I do have heading out. All right, love you. Sierra. Yeah, I feel your pain. If you don't understand, it's a big learning curve on Sierra charts. I love it, but there's so much more customized stuff you can do on Sierra charts. This is very like what I could consider the two is Sierra charts being more like a Android / Microsoft, and Sierra deep charts being more like an iPhone, where it's very streamlined and it's very simple. But me and my dad, we did create a code that we're able to actually figure out how they actually do the deep trades, because they don't have that on Sierra charts, and they've been trying to work on it, but they basically, because we talked to developers and stuff like that, and it was too much work for them, so we ended up just coding our own. We just finished it 2 days ago, and we're matching up with deep charts and Sierra charts, the bubbles we created, and they match up perfectly. So we actually have the code of what they're using and how they aggregate orders. So I'll probably be switching over to Sierra charts most likely. Yeah, I think that's where I'll probably head to in the next month or so. I probably will still keep deep charts because I really do like it. But yeah. Sore. But you're on the right track. Sierra charts, I would say, is better. CVD, cumulative volume delta. Yeah, that's at the bottom. It just gives me an idea of where strength of moves. I use it just as like a reference point. So I did take a short over here. I caught a short. I closed out right here, which was perfect because it was right at the high, and then we're at a protection zone here. And then I caught another short here, and I closed somewhere right around here. And the reason I did that is because CBD, you can see we're making lows. So buying was getting weaker as we were going up. Now we're stronger, but we're having a pullback, and you had absorption up here. So this will most likely break down, and we could even possibly we could pull back to the 15-minute opening range, which is right where the point of control right here from this range where we kind of broke out. Because what happens is we're in this compression zone, and once we break out, we're going to have to find balance again. You're Pacific Standard Time. Me too. Oh, hell yeah. California. I live in California. I live in San Diego. So I'm always Pacific Standard Time. So it kind of sucks people being in New York. You could wake up at 9 o'clock and be like, all right, time to trade. Over here, it's like you have to get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock just to get everything prepped and ready to go. So they definitely have an easier way of the one thing I do that is nice on over here is that if you trade the first hour, which is usually what I do, you're done after 7:30. Vancouver here. Okay. USA. So I used to live in Washington State. I was actually born in Washington. I was raised in Bellevue, and then I moved to California when I was third grade, and then been here ever since. So are you Are you a Canadian citizen or are you just American citizen living in? Because I know a lot of Canadians that live in Vancouver. So now what we're going to see here is you're going to start to see aggressive sells, and then we're going to push down to this area. We failed. They failed. Buys failed again. Buyers are going to try again right here, and they're going to be forced to cover their positions as soon as we close further down. Canadian citizen. All right. Fellow Canadian brothers. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got to implement. It's a messy chart is difficult to read because you're putting too many decisions on the screen, and it becomes difficult to make a clean decision saying, okay, it just does this, and I'm going to do, whatever. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you, Chuck. With order flow, Chuck, it gives you an extra data that says, okay, what's actually happening inside this candle? You can see right here, there's aggressive sells. This is where technically the block of orders came in. So now they're placing all their orders in this range, and they're going to push it lower. We should see more aggression as we come down. You start to see aggressive sell orders start to fill. Hey, Bands. You have it? Oh, it's right here. And there it is. Aggressive sell orders, like I said, a massive one. So we'll start to see, this breaks this, you'll start to see aggression. And I can protect myself here because these orders are blocking, and we're going to go further down. And there it is.
She's so cute.
So now what we can do is move to break even.
Bama.
There you go. Love you.
Sorry.
Oof.
I know.
Eesh. You can take my sandies if you want. Yeah, so watch this, Chuck. This will probably retrace all the way down to here. We're gonna pull back into balance. So what happened was we failed auction. Try to go up, failed auction here. Tried again, failed auction, they went lower. Again, failed auction, went lower. Again, they try to buy, failed auction, went lower. So sellers are complete in control. You're seeing a bunch of buy orders here. So what we could see is this could pull back, break me even. But most likely it might come back up to this value area low. So what I'll do is actually here is I'll keep my stop here, and realistically what you want to see is price maybe come back up into this range, sell off again, and then once it breaks this, you can move it to break even though realistically I can move it to break even now, but I just run the risk of it coming back up and stopping me out. Just for educational purposes, that's the best way I've known to keep into a trade, because you will get a retracement. You're seeing buy orders, they're starting to find some success here. But we sold off. You could technically reload around these positions too and go short again. So what I can do here is this was the strongest buying area right here. So people will start to reload here. What's the start time of your area? It's all based on range. So for example, in the morning, let's just for example what I do in the morning. I just look at a range. Okay, so we can see down here we made a low. Before market open, we went up and we made a high. So I have my value area here. This is my POC since we made this range, and then we broke out. So technically value for the next range, if we break out of this, if we break out of this consolidation range and we sell lower, it's going to come back to value. So we'll come back down to here and rebalance again. We didn't quite break out here, so it's not a consistent valid breakout, you'd want to see like more of a closure down here and then a retest and then come down. It'll probably come down and retest this area one more time, and technically that's when you could place your stop if you want to be super yeah. So it's very simple. Oh, look at this, aggressive sells again. So what did we do? We reloaded on this. You could have reloaded on this area. This would have broken me even, and then you're going to see more aggressive sells here. There it is. So now you're protected. Break even, and then we're going to come down to this purple line. This is where value area is. And this is, oh my God, this is a massive trade. I should take this on my live account. So value areas is for ranges or moves up. So, wow, this is crazy. You can see the CVD is crazy right now. The strength of the sellers are very strong. Yeah, this is going to hit most likely point of control, which is, yeah, I'm slightly above it. I usually put it a couple, 2-3 points above point of control because it could tend to bounce off that. You can even put it right here. This is the 15-minute opening range, the top of it. And you can, let's just put it there, just for the sake of it. Value areas either for compression zones or ranges. You want to say range. Or you can do, I call them swings. So when we swing and break a high, we do the same thing. For example, okay, let's erase this so it's just out of the way. So, for example, we had this swing, right? This is a swing that broke the high, right? So we came up, we broke the high. So what you could do here is you place right here, the lowest point. I drag it up to the high point. And what do we have here? Value area low, value area high. And what happened is we came up, we retested value area low, we went right back up. And at this point, we failed to break the high. So now I know, okay, we're in a compression zone. So now what are we going to do? We draw the compression zone like I did before. So you just start where kind of the range started happening. And you could drag it around. And you could have taken shorts. What happened was we came down to the value area low, bounced, we broke here. You could have taken a short right here. This would have been a better short. This is exactly where I took it. Right at the bottom of the range. That's why I took this, because I should have waited, though. I placed it too early. I should have waited for the break right here where we had aggressive sells, or the reload where it came back up and reloaded. Because the sellers are going to reload, and they're going to push it lower to value. So we should see, like I said, we should see it come back down to the value of the POC, because they're going to have to find balance again. And it could go lower. But being in a bullish market, I don't think we'll go too low because we've been bullish the whole time. But that's from drawing ranges, volume profile, and then you draw the swings. And you can see where, okay, where's value? Where am I going to look to take shorts? Bottom of value area lows, because that's where they trigger. We're getting a bunch of absorption here. You could close your trade here for some profit. I'm just doing it for educational purposes. I would probably get close to what I would do here at this point would be, I'll trade my live account here. What I would do is, okay, as soon as this comes and retests this area one more time, right below this buy, I'll move my stop here. If this buying aggression fails, I'd move my stop above where buying aggression failed. That's how I move my stops, is always where buying aggression fails and selling aggression vice versa fails. So like, for example, if you're moving up here, you went long here, like I told you about, you'd go up, you'd make a high, you'd break this, you can move it here. Your target could be up here. That way you're protected. You always want to go where big buyers and big sellers are failing. So like when you have aggressive buying happening and they fail, that's where you move your stop. So for example, aggressive buying failed here. So technically I moved to break even. And then once we close back here again, and this probably hit my take profit before, but you can move it. So all these buying orders here, I could eventually move it right above here as soon as we close back below here. That way I could pick up $600-700 no matter what, even if it comes back. So I at least lock in some profits, because you don't want to sit here and this comes ripping up and it comes to here and you're take profit and you miss everything. You lose, what is this, almost $2,000 in profit. So that's how I play to keep in trades a little longer. And sometimes it'll just rip in one direction and you're just trailing the whole time. And you can just keep moving your take profit up or whatever level you want to take profit at. For taking profit, a lot of times it's 2-to-1. So technically I would have been out by now. If I was on my live account, I probably would have taken profit here. Because I was risking what, $600-$700. So it got down to here, $1,400, I think it was. Yeah, I would have been out here. That would have been my 2-to-1, even though that was a giant risk. But you go for base hits, never home runs. The days where the market will give you more and more movement, you take it. You go with the flow. Yeah, that's pretty much the basis of how I trade. Aggressive orders and volume profile. See, right now I'm probably going to get broken even, or $30, $20, whatever it is. But it still has time. It can still come down. So always knowing when you're in a range and knowing when you're in breakouts. The two potential setups. You could fade the ranges. So what you can do is you could fade from highs to low. So you can fade from high down to value or low. Fade from low to value or high. When you're in a range, it's just harder to know when you're exactly in a range, and that's the difficult part of identifying that. And you start to become a little better as you start to see, okay, since we're at all-time highs and we're not breaking above and CVD is not climbing, we're going to be in a range. And you could have started fading trades left, from value or high to value or low. But value areas just gave you a point of reference of where majority of the bottom and tops of where buyers and sellers are taking most of their trades. I'm getting more comfortable with that range strat. Yeah, you just got to be careful with the range strats because, especially in trending markets, there's not many of them as of right now. And I like the breakouts like we have been having because it's very reliable and you're usually able to protect yourself pretty quickly. And in the market, at least with the auction market, there really is no buy low, sell high, because as you can see, this whole week is what's high and what's low. If good news comes out, the high can be 27,000, which we're probably approaching here soon, and that's because the market participants are willing to pay a higher and higher premium price because they know that the market's going to keep going up. So in general, there really is no higher and lows. There's highs and lows in terms of how the market forms, but those are irrelevant because big buyers can say, this is not high, I'm going to keep buying higher. Or this is not low, I'm going to keep selling lower. Like, we're still not at the range where we want to be. So you just got to catch the in between where we get those swings between value lows, value highs, where we break out of one. That's my most favorite strategy, is just when it breaks out. It's the most reliable. Yeah, we're going to come down to that top of that 15-minute range. So as you can see here, sellers took back control. Once we close here, I can move my stop above here. Because I don't think sellers are quite done. They're going to take it to the balancing point. This is where you have to be really patient, because it gets very difficult staying in this trade when you're up X amount of money and you want to close out. But if you just follow the strategy and follow the way you trade and back test and know exactly, okay, this is going to happen X% of the time, and you got to be okay with it. Some of my most difficult days, I would say, personally, is when I'm wrong. Let's say if I'm going up and I expect a short and I'm wrong, sometimes I'll take 2-3 trades trying to go against my bias that I'm wrong instead of switching up sometimes, and that's where those days hurt me. I hit my daily loss limit and I call it a day, and those are tough because you watch like, man, if I just would have switched really quickly, I would have made a couple $1,000, or I would have made $1,000 that day, whatever it is, whatever you're trading. It's knowing when to switch bias. Like from here, we're at buys, and most people are still buying, and they're not switching bias. And we clearly broke out of the range, so we're short. So all these buyers, they're going to be trapped. All these buyers at the top, they're trapped. They have to cover themselves. I guarantee this little spurt was from these guys that had to cover their position. Yeah, I'm telling you, for me, Chuck, that was the most difficult thing, and it still is the most difficult thing, and I've been working at it, is switching biases and knowing, okay, where's the market now? Even though we've been up, when do I switch bias? And it's the waiting game and knowing when to switch bias is the two biggest things. So yeah, once you understand that and you understand value lows, it doesn't become that complicated, because, for example, this break is telling me that the range, okay, this was balance. Now we're out of balance. So where's the next point we're going to find balance? And that's the area I've marked out, is this range right here. This is where the point of control. We're going to find balance. Buyers will probably start to buy here again. Once we get down to this point, this value point of control, where value becomes balance. When I would start to draw a new volume profile for this, you technically could draw it now. So at this point, I wouldn't want to take another short. So if we came down and test this, I wouldn't want to take another short until I knew where price, for example, if price ended up coming down to here and we broke value again, then okay. Or if we range right here and you have a range, we're technically inside of value. This is a difficult part, but this, so if you want to draw a new profile, let's just start drawing it out so we can get an idea of where price is at and where we're heading. So you can see aggressive buyers, they're stepping in. This will have to fail. So let's just go here. That way we get an idea. Just go from high point to low point. So technically, for this range, you have a big aggressive sellers on the side, delta. You have a low volume node. You could short all the way up here. This would be a range. Okay, we broke out, and this would be a valid short. We broke out of range. We could go up to a low volume node and then sell off further. And there'd be, this is considered a low volume where price was not interacting efficiently. Yeah, unfortunately, this is probably going to break. I would have been out of this trade, but I'm good with a 2-to-1, especially with a risk like that. It's just but we'll probably come up and test value area low again, and then we'll probably sell off more. But sellers might jump on here and reload their position, and they might go lower. But for this move here, we technically broke out of balance. We could come back up, retest, and go lower. But at this point, we're most likely going to test POC, and then we'll see where balance finds. If balance bounces around here, if it goes lower, but we're in a big range, so it's, you wouldn't want to take any more shorts technically after this once we hit POC. because you'd want to wait to see how the market reacts. Now, if we see all these buyers if it comes back down here, these buyers are all going to have to cover below here, and you're going to see another burst of selling, aggressive selling, which you probably will see. Because big buyers, what they do is when they're stacking orders here, they're going to have to cover themselves once we break low. They're not going to hold on to that position. And that's where you cause this sudden drop. So right here, all these buyers, they had to cover themselves, and you saw this sudden explosion of sell, which boom, boom, boom. It just triggered all these people that had to cover. So again, you're getting aggressive buying. And if we come below here, you're going to get another explosion of aggressive sellers and people having to cover. So this point right here is technically the resistance. You could take a trade-off here, this delta right here. This is the delta on the side. This is where the strongest point of selling took place on this swing. You could take a sell-off here and target POC. I thought we were going to see a little more of aggression at the bottom, but we're in a bullish market, so I don't expect much. But I do expect it to come back to balance. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. But you always draw on swings. So swings, if it's breaking out, I can show you more examples, like from the morning. And I usually draw the swing of the beginning point where we broke out. So you always draw that swing, and that's the next point it'll follow, and then it'll trade into it. So for this one, like we never. So for this high, yeah, technically, yeah, this was the high. And if you wanted to, let's just do this for example. That almost came out right on the bottom. Or for example, this one. Yeah, so I would draw it here. You could go here. And that's technically the range if you look from here to here, because this was a big point where we kind of took off. You just kind of watch price and see how it reacts when we break highs. Ugh. Yeah, this could be a reload point where you just reload a short right here. I could put another short here and expecting this to go definitely lower. Because these deltas act as resistance once we break out. So we break out of range. This point right here, between this biggest delta and this, that acts as resistance. You can see we bouncing it, and then we, so. There. Oh my God. Yeah, now you're seeing buyers. Which the red lines, like the red bars, yeah, they don't disappear. They always stay. All these red lines, they stay. It already gets plotted on the chart. You just see them, they disappear once they get smashed through. So for example, like these ones still technically go, but they're only there to be a retest on a short term. So as of right now, buyers are winning. So buyers bought here, they won. Buyers bought again, they won. See, I should have taken profit right here, 2-1. So their next area, if I were to take any sort of short, would be in this range right here. That's a low volume node. You see volume. So since we're out of range, this could be a very big trade. You could come up here and then smash all the way down here. Again, we're bullish, so I probably wouldn't take that trade. Maybe I might if we see it on the on this. I'll take it on my sim account right here again, and maybe I'll show you guys. See how it plays out. Start making some. I'll be right back. Hold on. Yeah, so technically you could have gotten a, what was it, a 2-1 here. You could have taken your trade right there. Goes above the right there. 1400, 2-1. It would have secured that. And then this could be a massive trade right here. And this would be right here. You could go all the way down to here. And you can probably go above aggression or whatever aggression is. It could be right here, somewhere right around wherever you see buying, try to buy, and they get absorbed. So, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there. Been a good day. Oh, I'll be back Monday. Monday morning. I'll be up ready to go. We're gonna get back into these streams. Yeah, Chuck, I'll be back Monday morning. So if you want to jump in, trade along, whatever. I do have a Discord on my profile, so you could join the Discord if you like. I do post things in there here and there. I'm getting better at trying to be more proactive in that. Yeah, we could just all continue to learn. I'm continuing to learn. I have it down. No one really has it down. You have an edge, and you start to build that edge, and you become better at it. But yeah, so we could do that and see. So for example, this might even be a retest. This might be even good to trade right here. So this was the range, and where are we coming up to? Value area low. Retest. So this could technically be another potential great trade because we broke down. This was a clean break. Price closed below. This was kind of a wick, so this was a short scalp. If this gets absorbed, what you could do is here. There's a lot of big orders, but you could take a short from here. But yeah, enjoy your weekend. I gotta get off. I'm gonna sit here all day doing this stuff, so I will be back Monday. All right, Chuck.